Imagine the most powerful man in the world, the Emperor of Rome, stepping into the Colosseum not to watch, but to fight. Not as a commander, but as a gladiator. The roar of the crowd, the glint of sharpened steel, the primal fear, he embraced it all, not for glory in battle, but for the thrill of the arena, fighting for his life against seasoned killers. This isn't fiction. This is the insane true story of Emperor Commodus. The year is 180 AD. The Roman Empire stretches from Britannia to Egypt, a vast, complex machine of power and conquest. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, has just died, leaving the throne to his son, Commodus. For generations, Rome had enjoyed the Pax Romana, an unprecedented era of peace and prosperity, guided by a succession of competent, even brilliant, emperors. The expectation for Commodus was clear: continue the legacy, maintain order, expand the empire. But Commodus harbored a secret obsession, a burning desire that would shock the senatorial elite and enthrall the Roman populace, threatening to unravel the very fabric of imperial dignity. He yearned for the blood-soaked sand of the amphitheater, not the marble halls of power. From his earliest days, Commodus displayed an erratic temperament, a stark contrast to his stoic father. The weight of the empire seemed a paltry burden compared to his true passion, gladiatorial combat. Initially, it began subtly, with private practice sessions, honing his skills with various weapons. But soon, the secrecy faded. Whispers turned to open gossip as Commodus, clad in lion skin, began staging mock battles within the imperial palace, demanding that senators and high-ranking officials attend, often forcing them into the arena with him. The Senate, accustomed to ruling alongside a dignified emperor, was horrified. They saw this not as a display of strength, but as a grotesque degradation of the imperial office. They feared for Rome's future under a ruler who preferred the rough and tumble of the arena to the intricacies of governance. A plot to assassinate him was hatched by his own sister, Lucilla, and a cabal of disgruntled senators. But the plot failed, and Commodus, now paranoid and enraged, descended further into his gladiatorial fantasy, convinced that his true destiny lay not on the throne, but in the grime and glory of the Colosseum. The day arrived when Commodus, no longer content with private displays, declared he would fight publicly as a gladiator. The news rippled through Rome like wildfire. The Colosseum, normally reserved for slaves, prisoners, and trained professionals, would host its emperor. Imagine the scene, the vast amphitheater, packed with 50,000 screaming Romans. Instead of the purple toga, Commodus entered dressed as Hercules, his mythical patron, clad in a lion's skin, wielding a club. His opponents were not hardened gladiators. Oh no. They were often pre-selected, sometimes maimed, or even disarmed. He'd defeat wild animals too, but only after they had been wounded and tethered, set up for his grand spectacle. He would dispatch ostriches by decapitating them with specially designed arrows, parading their heads before the stunned crowd. He demanded to be paid 1,000,000 sesterces for each appearance, emptying the imperial treasury for his blood sport. The crowds were captivated, a mix of awe and terror. They cheered, because what else could they do when their emperor was both entertainer and executioner? His personal record, meticulously kept by his own scribes, boasted over 1,000 gladiatorial victories. 1,000 times, the Emperor of Rome faced an opponent and won. It was an unprecedented spectacle, a fusion of power, theatricality, and disturbing delusion. Commodus's reign of gladiatorial spectacle was ultimately short-lived. His obsession, combined with growing paranoia and ruthlessness, alienated nearly everyone. On New Year's Eve, 192 AD, he was finally assassinated, not in the arena, but in his bath by a wrestler named Narcissus, after a failed attempt to poison him. His death brought an end to the Antonine dynasty and plunged Rome into a period of civil war known as the Year of the Five Emperors. Historians like Cassius Dio, who lived through Commodus's reign, openly condemned his gladiatorial antics, seeing them as the ultimate insult to the imperial office. Here's a mind-blowing fact: Commodus even renamed Rome itself Colonia Commodiana, the colony of Commodus, in his own honor, believing he was literally rebuilding the city in his image. Another astonishing detail: He also renamed the months of the year after his various adopted names and titles, completely restructuring the calendar to reflect his megalomania. Few emperors before or since dared such open defiance of tradition and dignity. His legacy stands as a stark reminder of how absolute power, combined with deep-seated psychological instability, can lead even the mightiest empire to the brink of absurdity and chaos. Commodus's story isn't just a bizarre footnote, it's a chilling insight into the fragility of power and the seductive pull of spectacle, even for those at the very pinnacle of authority. The Emperor Gladiator, a figure of ultimate contradiction, reminds us that history is often stranger, and far more disturbing, than fiction. His reign serves as a powerful cautionary tale. When the leader becomes the entertainer, and the stage becomes the seat of power, chaos is never far behind. Follow for more jaw-dropping tales from the hidden corners of history.